What's up, amigos? Commander Jaime here. We're gonna do an unboxing of the premium battle deck set for Pale Moon and Granblue. So I'm excited to do this box opening so you can get a chance to see what comes in it, and also if you want to upgrade from your already existing premium decks that you got, I've posted links in the description where you can check out multiple videos and YouTube channels for both Granblue and Pale Moon as well. So feel free to check those out and upgrade to your decks to the way that you like it. So let's get right into it. So right off the back, if you see the back of the box, you can see the main deck list. So if you want a reference point, here it is. And it's really cool that they combine both Granblue and Pale Moon as well. And so this is kind of like something from the past from GR with the two friends that were often paired up together. And so it's kind of nostalgic to see this as well. So let's just open it. As you can see, we already see the ticket shields. Take out the Granblue one. So we're going to go slower with Granblue. And from that pack, we'll just go through it. So what's really cool is that they added protect markers with the clan symbols on it. This is like a double rare rarity at foiling, as you can see, the reflectiveness. I thought that was pretty cool, actually. And then the rest are obviously common, so you have plenty of protect ones. They also did protect 2 in case you want to go that route as well, which is pretty cool. And then they have a go in second card, and Pale Moon would be going first, so that way you can easily decide if you want to go first or second. Now into Nightrose. As you can see, this is what it looks like. And what's kind of cool, they separated the GZone and also the main deck with these little things that hold them. So starting out with the main deck for Granblue, we have the amazing Nightrose. You'll actually get 2 copies, so if you want a more pure Nightrose build, you're going to have to get more copies. We also have Skull Drag. We only have 2 copies, so you may want to get a third one. And we are playing 4 copies of Beatrice in here, so that's phenomenal that they give you the 4 copies, so you can, if you want to do more of a Beatrice focused build. And then we got 2 Night Storms. This was also cool. So if you didn't get the triple R reprint rarity bump, you could also get this as a double R rarity bump if you are still playing the Comet, for example. There's Greed Shade. They only give you 2, which I feel like it might be good to get a third or fourth one too, just in case. They do give you 4 column bards, which is actually nice. So if you want to max out on this bad boy, you can. And also 2 ghost ships. Usually one is just what's needed. And Cannoneer here. Also with Cannoneer, he did get a triple R rarity bump a while back. But again, if you only have the common, this is a double R rarity bump for you. And then we have Sea Strolling Banshee. Where you're playing, it has 3 copies, as you can see. Then 2 copies on Negerbone. Same thing with the double R treatment, and also with Cutlass as well. This is the V Cutlass, so you can use this to call it, countercharge, discard from main deck. You got Tommy the Ghosty as well. I thought this was cool. This is actually the Stride Fodder, so as you can see, it's the 5k shield and the 7k base. It's your alternate art as well. There's multiple arts for Tommy, so this is where you can just pitch to Stride. We are playing the V Grenache, so you're going to have to get the G one, which I would highly recommend because it's one of the main ways that Granblue can countercharge. So that way you can use your resources next turn. And we have the Blessed Favor for OT. I thought this was cool that in the triggers they included useful triggers too. So like you get the actual stoicheia OT instead of like a Cray Elemental. And you also get the grade 3 heal guards, which is super nice and super needed still in this format. You also get perfect guards for the draw PGs, and you get Chad the Ghosty, which is our crit stride fodder as well. And so what's also unique about Granblue is that they have Mick the Ghosty, so if you want to play a few copies of Mick, they gave it to us. Now into the GZone, we have Twilight Nightrose. I haven't seen this card in a while too. It's not used as often, but it's a nice way to revive cards, and also it also can get crit if you call 3 or more, so that could come up in a certain matchup where you need to have crit pressure. We have the Jumbo Dragon. This is, I don't think it's ever been reprinted with a higher rarity than a rare, so this is a double R, which is a nice look to it. So if you're looking forward to this guy, that's another rarity bump. We also have the Big Obadiah, so you got 2, which is definitely recommended playing 2. And it's also the double R rarity, and this one I was the most excited about. Regular Obadiah. So I do play 1 copy, and it only had a rarity, just a rare foiling, but now they gave it the double R, so it looks fantastic. As you can see, the common versus the double R. This is usually used when you're like damage denied too, so it's just another option that you have in your toolbox. And this is the Miss Phantasm Pirate King Nightrose. So this is on attack counterblast to call a column, and so back then it was one of our main units to stride into and have some attack pressure. Obviously that's changed a lot with strides with power creep, so it may not be used. You do need a pair because of persona flips, but always like keep this in the back of your mind, because you just never know that calling a column may spark some different lines of play, but most of the time it's not used. And we have one copy of Bartholomew. I wish they would have maybe give you a second one just in case, but I feel like one is definitely needed. I recommend it. It's good guard restriction. It's often one of our finishers. But the biggest one that I wish they gave us too was Bad Bounty. So they only gave you one copy. I highly recommend getting a second copy, especially if you're going against like a Mega Colony matchup or a Link Joker matchup. You only have a restanding Vanguard to work with. And the GGuards, they give you one copy of Negro Nora, one Oriana, and two Negro Lily. So for the most part, these are the useful GGuards. I would recommend probably getting a second Negro Nora, but I think this is fine for starting off, especially since they give us one of the latest GGuards that we get. This reduces crit, which can come up. And then also feel free to check out like the videos that I share too that can show off the combo for Negro Lily too, that is basically like a disruptive play. Next is Pale Moon. I'll do it real quickly. We got the ticket shield. The Excel markers are pretty cool too. You got the Pale Moon symbol. Same treatment with Excel 1. And then also you got Excel 2. More than often you're going to use Excel 2 and do the stage. And actually get to draw from each time you get one. This is the going first card as well. For the Harri main deck, as you can see, they give us our boy Harri. They do give us 4 copies of Harri. So this is actually the Vanguard that you do want to ride with. Follow with the rearguard support of Pop Dragon. This has a lot of power that we stack onto it, and also have like the crit pressure and the sentinel restriction, so this is one of your power plays. They also gave us Tricky Assistant, which also enables us to do kind of like a disruptive play. And also you could do this during your turn too to get rid of rearguards, so it's really nice that they give us 2. Usually you do play only 2 at max. We got the Lore Pigeon Pop. This is what kind of triggers into Pop Dragon, so you definitely needed 4 of this, which they definitely gave us. So grade 2's more into that. They give us the Magia Dolls, and this one's Lunatic Dragon. They gave us 2 copies. We got also the Crescent Moon Juggler. This one I was really excited for. Dancing Princess of the Night Sky. This hasn't been reprinted in a long time, and thankfully they gave you 2. So if you still need to pick an extra copy or 2, definitely recommend picking some up. We also have the Paratrooper, another good option. More Magia Dolls. This is our countercharger, so this helps a lot too. So definitely use a couple of them to be able to refund your resources. And we have the Flying Puritan. This is also a way to like draw cards and have a healthy hand size too. And then they also give us the Stride Fighter version of Masquerade Bunny too. So again, if you want to pitch to Stride, or you call this to rearguard from hand, search for the Harri that you want. This is really what it is for. And we are also playing Purple Trapezes, 4 copies. And this is the original one too, so it's not the V one. This is actually way better in skill ways, so that way you can maneuver your Sol calls and do this during the battle phase, and also like your main phase setup if need to. You got your starter, Happiness Collector. You got your OT. This is the Dark States one. They gave us the grade 3 heals as well, super appreciative. The draw PGs, and then also the Crit Strike Fighters, which is awesome. And then lastly, they gave us Prankster Girl of Maryland. So this is another stand trigger for the Pale Moon that you can utilize in your deck. Lastly, the GZone for Harri. They give us 2 Masquerade Master Harris. This is definitely useful and needed. We got the Mephisto. We also have the Dragon Masquerade Harri version as well. There's like so many Harrys. Millward. But this one is definitely big. Dark Lord Princess. I wish they would have gave us more Dark Lord Princesses, to be honest. I recommend 2 or 3 copies in the deck, because more than not, you're going to go into this first just to be able to do a restanding Vanguard turn anyway. And then you're going to shred into your Magia unit essentially, so it doesn't even matter having other copies. Also keep in mind that this flips generically and chooses a face-up G unit. So you could technically have 1 copy of like other units, and as soon as they're face up, they're valid targets for this moving forward as well. You got Yvette, which is also really good. It also generates an Excel circle, calls a unit, gives it power, so it's just more attacks. Definitely recommend 1 or 2 copies of this card. We have the new one, Lee Antenna. This is more like the guard restriction, so this is an option to play. They gave us 2 actually for this one. I think 1 is enough, but it's nice to have the second one. And for the GGuards, they gave us the Chimera Jester. This is more like the Disruptive Flay. If they have a standing unit, you basically shove it into their soul. So this is, if they're not careful as they're attacking their units, a well-timed GGuard can ruin their plays too. So this is really phenomenal. We got the Wandering Dragon, helps the soul charge a little bit, and also Call to Guardian Circle. So if you have a perfect guard, for example, that can be put into the Guardian Circle from anywhere, you can do that to perfect guard essentially. And then we have Kothora as well. I almost forgot to show off, they also gave us like counters too if you want to use this. They also gave us like the how to play mats too. This is perfect too if you're trying to help somebody in the premium format, or maybe a new player. You can use these mats too, so you're pretty much well equipped for 2 people to actually play, which is really cool. And that's it for the box opening. Hope you enjoyed it and you're excited to try out these decks for fun and also like improve on. Again, I put some links in the description for you to check out for more tech options or other deck builds from other YouTubers and just helpful videos as well. So feel free to check the description below. If you plan to get some cards, feel free to support the channel by using the affiliated links such as 50 Card Shop, TCG Player, Trading Cardman. And also, if you want to improve your skill, feel free to book a METAFY session with me, and I can help out where I can, especially with Granblue as well. On to the next one, amigos. Bye!